Before we begin, take a second to subscribe to the channel and stay with me till the very end, because what I'm about to share is not just about a coin, it's about history, pride, and a value that might surprise you more than you expect. Now imagine holding something small, something most people would pass without a second look. A coin that once jingled in pockets, paid for everyday needs, and quietly moved from hand to hand. To many, it was just change. But to those who truly understand coins, it is a witness to time, struggle, and identity. Today, we are talking about the South Africa 20 cents coin from 2008, a piece that carries far more weight than its size suggests. South Africa is a land shaped by deep history, resilience, and transformation. Every coin minted in this country reflects that journey. By 2008, South Africa had already stepped firmly into a new era, balancing modern growth while honoring a past that shaped its people. The 20 cents coin from this year belongs to that chapter. It was produced during a time when the nation was strengthening its economy, redefining its global image, and holding tightly to its cultural roots. The design of this coin speaks quietly but confidently. It doesn't shout. It doesn't need to. The metal, the finish, and the careful engraving tell a story meant for those who take the time to look closely. This is the kind of coin that appeals strongly to men who appreciate craftsmanship, legacy, and tangible proof of history. The kind of men who understand that real value often hides in plain sight. When this coin was minted, it was intended for everyday use. It circulated among workers, businessmen, retirees, and families. It traveled through markets, shops, and banks. But what makes certain coins rise above others is not how common they once were, but what happened to them over time. Survival, condition, rarity variations, and historical relevance are the silent forces that separate ordinary coins from extraordinary ones. Collectors in their late 50s and beyond often connect deeply with coins like this because they remember the era. They remember what life was like in 2008. They remember the sound of coins, the feeling of carrying real money, not just numbers on a screen. This 20 cents coin represents that tangible reality. It is solid, honest, and real. What truly elevates this coin is the attention to detail in its production. The metal composition, the sharpness of the strike, and the balance of the design all matter. Some examples of this coin were produced with subtle differences that only experienced eyes can spot. These differences can include slight variations in thickness, finish, alignment, or minting pressure. To the average person, these details are invisible. To a serious collector, they are everything. Over the years, many of these coins were lost, damaged, or melted. Others were spent without thought. Only a limited number survived in exceptional condition. Coins that avoided heavy circulation, scratches, corrosion, or cleaning are now the ones drawing serious attention. Condition is king in the world of numismatics, and this coin proves it. There is also a psychological element here. Men who have lived through decades of economic change understand the importance of holding assets that are not controlled by trends or technology. A rare coin is not dependent on power, internet, or markets opening on time. It exists whether the world is calm or chaotic. That sense of independence gives coins like this a special appeal. Another factor driving interest is the growing global demand for African coins. For many years, European and American coins dominated the collector world. That is changing. Serious collectors are now looking toward Africa for historically rich, underappreciated pieces. South Africa stands at the center of that shift. Coins from this region are being reevaluated, reclassified, and in some cases, revalued dramatically. The 20 cents 2008 coin has benefited from this renewed focus. What was once overlooked is now being examined with fresh respect. Collectors are realizing that modern-era coins can be just as valuable as much older ones, especially when they mark important economic or cultural periods. This coin also appeals to investors who understand scarcity. Not manufactured scarcity, but real-world scarcity created by time and use. The supply of high-grade examples is shrinking every year. Once a coin enters a private collection, It may not reappear on the market for decades, if ever. That tightening supply adds pressure and drives value. Men who appreciate legacy often think about what they leave behind. A rare coin is more than an object. It is a story passed from one generation to the next. It can be held, studied, and admired long after other assets fade away. This is why coins like the South Africa 20 since 2008 are increasingly seen not just as collectibles, but as heritage items. Now here is the part you stayed for, and it is important to hear this clearly. Under the right conditions, with the right rarity markers, exceptional preservation, and serious collector demand, this South Africa 20 cents coin from 2008 has reached an astonishing valuation. The figure attached to this coin, when it meets those strict criteria, is $126,000.